Good evening all and welcome to another video on All Hail the Ale. It's Friday night, which means it's alcohol-free beer night, and we're going for a Wise Bartender exclusive tonight. It is Infinite Sessions Best, and it is a best bitter in alcohol-free form. I've been waiting for one of these for a very long time. To get one that is described as a best bitter is something, like I say, I've just been craving because it was the beer style that I was raised on. And it says on the back of the can that it only contains 33 calories in the can, which is a consistent thing for Infinite Session. They are low calorie, low sugar. You've only got 1.4 grams in the entire can. And it says that our best bitter is inspired by our favourite beer style and the official drink of our youth in Yorkshire. Nights spent sipping pints of cask ale in warm pubs with our mates. Perfect. And I completely agree with that, and I relate to it in every possible way. I used to spend many a good night in many good pubs in the southeast of London, and drinking proper cask ale. And hopefully this one will rekindle those kind of memories and bring back that style to alcohol-free that I love. So without further ado, let's get it out into a glass and see what we think. Yeah, I've always been a bit wary of some of the Infinite Session cans. They can be a little bit lively. This one, thankfully, is not so bad. We're pouring into my AF Beer Club glass, and the pour is... Oh, it's quite a nice colour, that. Look at that. Look at that. That's your beer in a glass. It is... What colour is that? That's almost... It's almost amber. It's got that kind of twiggy look that you expect of the beer. Now, obviously, you can see it just into my monitor behind me, and it looks a lot darker on screen. Let's lift it up. There you go. There's a bit of the colour against the white wall. It's got a bit of haze to it, which I wasn't expecting, and it's got a relatively tight white head. What's left of it? That's it up close in the glass. You can see my face through it, obviously. But yeah, it looks all right. It's going for a whiff. It's got a nice malt profile. There is an element of sweetness to it, and you've got that slightly twiggy hop profile as well. It's light on the nose, but it works. It's reminiscent of the kind of aroma I would expect on a best bitter. So slightly, ever so slightly coffee-like as well, which I like. Yeah, it's light, malty, slightly nutty in coffee with that little bit of sweetness behind it. So it looks good. It smells all right. Let's go in for a taste. Cheers. Interesting. So the body is on the lighter side, and most best bitters that I'm used to have a bit more body to them. And of course, this is one of the trade-offs of alcohol-free. You do lack a lot of body in many circumstances. The flavour profile is quite good, actually. It's not what I would call perfect, but it is quite good. It's reminiscent of the style. You've got the malts behind there. You've got that slight bittering hop profile. You've got... And I hate to use the word, but it's the most apt for a beer of this style. It's got that twiggy thing going on quite well, and that makes it a little bit more authentic. So there's something about the malt profile that's sitting behind it. Like I said, that sweetness, that almost nuttiness behind it. It's not bad. It's not bad. Carbonation is a bit higher than I would like in a best bitter. But again, carbonation levels tend to be a little bit higher, I've found, in Infinite Session beers. You either like it or you're not a fan. It's not too much for me, but it's more than I would like. And the finish is... like most best bitters, just about bitter. It works. It works. Yeah, not a bad drop, that. So before I tell you my scores, we're going to go to the scoreboard of joy from Untapped, which says, and this is rather surprisingly low, that Infinite Sessions Best has only had 32 check-ins with an average score of 3.57, which I don't think is bad at all. We need a bit more than 32 check-ins, though. I think more people who are on the alcohol-free journeys need to try that, especially if they're fans of Best Bitter. So my scoreboard of joy, complete with the new options on the right-hand side. You've got the looks, the aroma, the body, taste, and the finish. You've also got value for money. You've got would I buy it again, and does it get a bonus point if it hits 5 out of 5? Let's go for the original points first of all. Appearance-wise, it's kind of the right colour, just about. It's got a bit of haze, which I wasn't expecting, and you had a nice white head on it to start with. Let's see if we can encourage a little bit of one. There you go. That's what it looks like. It looks all right in the glass. Could look better. It could have a bit more to it, if that makes sense. It could just be a bit more fulfilling, a little bit darker. I like the look though. I'm going to give it the 0.75. So we know it's not eligible for the bonus point. The aroma is light. It is light, but it does have the makings of bitter. It's got that malt profile. It's got that slight nutty edge with a little hint of coffee, which I wasn't expecting. I must admit that's more of a stout thing for my nose. And it's got that twiggy-like hop thing about it as well. It is, however, a little bit light for my liking. I'd like it stronger, excuse me, and just a bit more presence in the nose. I'm going to give it the 0.5. The body, as I mentioned, is light, and I like my Best Bitters to have a little bit more about them. And they always have, and I know, like I said, there's a trade-off of alcohol-free, but there are some great beers out there with plenty of body and zero alcohol. So it can be done. And the carbonation, like I say, is a little bit more than I would actually like. It's not too much, it doesn't put me off, but I just think it needs a little bit more about it. So again, I'm going to give it the 0.5. The taste, I like. You know, it's got the things about it that work for the style. You've got that twiggy hop thing. You've got that slight bitterness. You've got a malt profile that just works and it invokes memories of the style. But there are just a few things it just needs a little bit more smoothness on the flavour, I think, to really kind of lift it up. Again, I'm going to give it the 0.5 there. And the finish, it really does work. That's the best bit of the beer for me. It does what a Best Bitter should. Leaves that kind of subtle bitterness in your mouth with that slightly twiggy nature, and it works. That's the 1 point of the beer that's going to get the full point. Which means we have a score. In fact, no, let's go to the extra points. Value for money, £1.79 currently at Wise Bartender. Is it worth it? Yeah, I think it does represent good value for money. It's usually $1.99, and I think that's what I paid for it. So we're going to give it the judgment on $1.99. Yeah, I think it represents good value for money. You know, it's a tasty beer that offers the Best Bitter style that I haven't seen anywhere else. So it gets a value for money tick box. Would I buy it again? Possibly, because there is so much good alcohol-free beer out there, and there are some that I have repeat purchased without a second thought. This one I'll put on the possibly pile. And the bonus point, like I say, it's not eligible for because it did not get a full 5 out of 5. So we have got 1, 2, 3.25 out of 5 on my Untapped scoreboard of joy, which is a little bit lower than the average. And friends of mine who've tried it have given it an average score of 3.5. So I'm not a million miles away. So yeah, a decent effort at the style. One that I probably would try again. Would I buy it again? I don't know. Anyway, I'm waffling and I want to get the video uploaded for your viewing pleasure. So I want to say, that's been the beer. I've been Nick. Those down there are the buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. You've got the like, comment, dislike and subscribe. Choose any combination of them as you wish. And I will see you again soon for another one.